वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाता सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगणा ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरि बोल। Just a minute, I'll just open this Veda base. Okay. So yesterday, till 195, Mataji, means not yesterday, Friday, Mataji has completed till 195. And we will start from 196. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hari Bol. Okay. So I think here we are following like one person will read the 5 shlokas and the next person will read 5 shlokas. Is it?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So Shobha Mataji will read from 196 up till 200. Yeah, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandot Pranam Mataji. Krishna Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Text 196. Chakravarti Radhuhe Haya Pratru Rupa Dasa Atayeva Thare Ami Kari Pari Hasa. Synonymous translation based Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Since your father and his elder brother or younger brothers or elder brothers of Neelambara Chakravarti, I may joke about them in this way.
Haribol.
Should I continue, Mataji?
Yeah, just Neelambara Chakravarti, all of you know that Neelambara Chakravarti was, who is Neelambara Chakravarti? He is the maternal uncle of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Na? So, and whom he's talking about? Raghunath Das Goswami's father and uncle. They are friend of Neelambara Chakravarti, his Mahaprabhu's grandfather, maternal grandfather. Okay, Mataji.
Text 197. Komara Bhapa Jeta Vishaya Vista Khartena Sida Shukakari Mane Vishaya Visera Mahapida. Synonyms and translation. My dear Raghunatha Dasa, your father and his elder brother are just like worms in stool in the ditch of material enjoyment, for the great disease of the poison of material enjoyment is what they consider happiness. Purport by Srila Prabhupada says, when a man is attached to material enjoyment, he is attached to many miserable conditions. But nevertheless, he accepts his condemned position as one of happiness. Since enjoyment is so strong for such a person that he cannot give it up, exactly as a worm in stool cannot give up the stool. From the spiritual point of view, when a person is too absorbed in material enjoyment, he is exactly like a worm in stool. Although such a position is utterly miserable to the eyes of liberated souls, the materialistic enjoyer is greatly attached to it. Haribol.
Very, very good. So very strong remark by Mahaprabhu. What did he say? That they are just like worms in stool. है ना? Worms in stool in the ditch of material enjoyment. And secondly, he's saying the poison of material enjoyment is what they consider happiness. So here, Mahaprabhu is saying that actually, um, this is everyone knows, but I'm just repeating it. That in many lectures, Maharajas and Prabhus, they are saying that what is happiness in this material sense? What is happiness? So the happiness is when there is no misery, there is no uh, trouble, no difficulty, and no distress, no grief. That means you are happy. So when there is no grief, no distress, you are happy. Otherwise, you are, of course, a grief-stricken person. So because people doesn't know, like people don't know that what is exactly happiness. Actually, what is happiness? So they consider this is the happiness. So that's what Mahaprabhu is saying. So he's saying that he's comparing it with the worm of a stool. Mm. This is like, you know, it should be actually rejected, totally rejected, but how we are embracing it, how we are, trying to get more and more that, so-called material happiness. So, and usually also we see that however we try to run away from our material miseries or material problems, however we do the shopping, how much we do the shopping, how much we'll go and watch the movie, whatever we do, after all we have to come back, after all we have to come back and face the situation. So this is what Mahaprabhu is here saying, that about whom? About the um, Raghunath Das Goswami's father and his uncle. Okay, yeah, next.
Text number 196. 8. Yadhyapi brahmanyakare brahmanera sahaya Shuddha Vaishnava Hanahe Aya Vaishnavera Praya. Synonymous translation by Bhakti A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sorry, Mataji, 198, right?
Yeah, 198.
Once again. Although your father and uncle are charitable to Brahmanas and greatly help them, they are nevertheless not pure Vaishnavas. However, they are almost like Vaishnavas. Purport. As stated by Srila Bhakti Vinoda Thakura in his Amrita Prabhava Bhashya, some people, usually very rich men, dress like Vaishnavas and give charity to Brahmanas. They are also attached to deity worship. But because of their attachment to material enjoyment, they cannot be pure Vaishnavas. Anya abhilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam. The pure Vaishnava has no desire for material enjoyment. That is the basic qualification of a pure Vaishnava. There are men, especially rich men, who regularly worship the deity, give charity to Brahmanas, and are pious in every respect. But they cannot be pure Vaishnavas. Despite their outward show of Vaishnavism and charity, their inner desire is to enjoy a higher standard of material life. Raghunatha Dasa father Govardhana and uncle Hiranyadasa were both very charitable to Brahmanas. Indeed, the Brahmanas from the Gaudiya district were practically dependent upon them. Thus, they were accepted as a very pious gentlemen. However, they presented themselves as Vaishnavas to the eyes of the people in general. Although, from a purely spiritual point of view, they were ordinary human beings, not pure Vaishnavas. Actual Vaishnavas considered them almost Vaishnavas, not pure Vaishnavas. In other words, they were Kanishta Adhikaris, for they were ignorant of higher Vaishnava regulative principles. Nevertheless, they could not be called Vishayis or blind materialistic enjoyers. Haribol. Continue.
Very good. So now here Mahaprabhu is saying that they were charitable, the father and uncle. They are always giving charity to Brahmanas, helping them. But they are not the Vaishnavas. So here, first of all, in purport also, Prabhupada is declaring it that how the Vaishnavas are different and the pious people are different. Pious people are giving charity. Sometimes pious people are doing the things because they know that we should do good karmas, and with the good karmas, next time, next life, we'll get the better life. So because of that, they are doing, or sometimes without knowing. But whatever it is, it's just that they are pious. But Vaishnavas are whom? Vaishnava is a person who knows the supremacy of the Lord, who is surrendering to the Lord. So this is who is Vaishnava. So that's what Prabhupada has given in this purport, means clarify. And then Prabhupada is also mentioning this Rupa Goswami's Anya Vilashita Shunyam, Jnana Karmadinavritam, Anukulyena Krishnanu, Sheelanam Bhaktiruttama. So there are actually two things in this definition of bhakti. This is actually a definition of bhakti. What is definition of bhakti? Anya Abhilashita Shunyam means there should be no other abhilasha. There should be no other desire. What only desire we should have, that how we can please Krishna, how we can please our guru or acharyas. So this should be our desire. That's it. And then the one word which is very, very important is Anushilanam. Anushilanam is that following on the footsteps of acharyas. You do not have to concoct your own way and worship Lord or try to please Lord. But how the acharyas were worshipping, how the acharyas were pleasing the Lord, we just have to follow them simply. And that is it. So this is what is the definition of bhakti, which Srila Prabhupada is mentioning over here. So he's saying the pure Vaishnava is like that. So the pure Vaishnava has no other desire. And then he's saying that, lastly, he's saying that these two were, definitely they were not Vaishnavas. Maybe they can consider be a pious person, but they can be considered even as Kanishtadhikari also. So we know like Kanishtadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, Uttamadhikari. So Kanishtadhikari is a person who is like, who has faith. But faith can anytime, it can be broken or it can be shifted, right? Shifted from this God to that God, or from this belief to that belief. So that's why Kanishtadhikaris are not very strong candidates. They are still in bodily concept, still very much attached to the wealth, to the material opulences. So that's how, these types of bhaktas are called Kanishtadhikaris. So like those who have just started, we can say. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that they were considered that they were Kanishtadhikaris, not more than that. Or they were ignorant of higher Vaishnava regulative principles. And what are higher Vaishnava regulative principles? That we will see here only. These two people, like the father and the uncle, their nephew, their son only will show us, Raghunathas Goswami, that what is the real principle of Vaishnavism. So that we will see. And lastly, he's saying they could not be called Vishayis or blind materialistic enjoyers, because they at least knew that how to help or how to assist the Brahmanas or the people who need their assistance. So that way they were little different. Yeah. Yes, Vantaj.
Hare Krishna. Text number 199. तथापि विषये स्वभावा करे महा अंता स्वी कर्म कराया याते haya bhava banta. Synonymous translation is offered by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Those who are attached to materialistic life and are blind to spiritual life must act in such a way that they are bound to repeated birth and death by the actions and reactions of their activities. Purport. As clearly stated in the Bhagavad Gita 3.9, यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणो अन्यात् यज्ञार्थ loko ayam karma bandhanaha. If one does not act as a pure devotee, whatever act he performs will produce reactions of putative bondage, karma bandhanaha. Similarly, in Srimad Bhagavatam, shloka number reference 4 from 5th, 5th canto, it is said, Nonam pramatah kurute vikarma yad indriya pritaya apnoti nasadu manye yato atmano ayam asan api kleshada asadeha. A materialistic person madly engaged in activities for sense enjoyment does not know that he is entangling himself in repeated birth and death, and that his body, although temporary, is full of miseries. A visayi, a person blindly caught in a web of materialistic life, remains in the cycle of birth and death perpetually. Such a person cannot understand how to execute true devotional service, and therefore he acts as a karmi, jnani, yogi, or something else, according to his desire. But he does not know that the activities of karma, jnana, and yoga simply bind one to the cycle of birth and death. Haribol Mata.
Yeah, Mataji, read 200 also. Yeah.
Text number 200. Hena avishaya haite Krishna udharila toma kahana na yaya Krishna kripaya mahima. Synonymous translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. By his own free will, Lord Krishna has delivered you from such a condemned materialistic life. Therefore, the glories of Lord Krishna's costless mercy cannot be expressed. Purport. In the Brahma Samhita, 54th sloka, 5th chapter, it is said, Karmani nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhajam. Lord Krishna is so merciful that he can stop the reaction of karma for his devotees. Everyone from the small insect called Indrakopa up to Indra, the king of heaven, is bound by the reactions of fruitive activities. Yes, Mataji, can you start the meter?
Yeah, Yasva Indra Gopam
Yes,
Matavendram Mahosva Karma.
यस्विन्दगोपं मथावेन्द्र अहो स्वकर्मा भन्तानुरूपफलभाजान अथ आतनोति कर्माणि निर्धाहति किन्तु च भक्तिभाजां गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Everyone, whether an insect or the king of heaven, is entangled and bound by the actions and reactions of his karma. However, when one becomes a pure devotee, free from material desires and from bondage to karma, jnana, and yoga, one is freed from material actions and reactions by the causeless mercy of Krishna. One cannot express sufficient gratitude to Krishna for being freed from the materialistic way of life. Dandavats Mataji, Haribol, thank
Hare
you.
Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So in these two shlokas, 200 and 199, Srila Prabhupada is very clearly explaining that how a person can be bound in the action and reactions of karma. So what to say about us if we will see, and here that's why Prabhupada is giving example, that everyone, whether an insect or the king of heaven. So Indra also, when he killed Vishwarupa, the priest, that time also he had to go, he repent for it. He did atonement for 1 year. And later on, the sin has been divided amongst 4 entities. Who are these? Women, land means earth, and then the trees, and then water. And then after, when Indra killed Vritasura, because Vritasura was who was Vritasura? Chitraketu, right? So he was also such a pure person and pure Vaishnava. So when he killed him, that time Indra had to atone for 1,000 years. So it's not about only about like human beings like us. Even that's what it's given here in Brahma Samhita shloka. Everyone, whether an insect or the king of heaven, is entangled and bound by the actions and reactions of his karma. So that is why we have to be little, act intelligently. And what is intelligence here? That we should act in such a way where we will not be bound in the karmas. Rather, if we will work for Krishna, that will come under what? Not even karma, not vikarma, but akarma. So that is the way. That's what Srila Prabhupada is explaining here by giving the references of Bhagavatam and Brahma Samhita. Next come 200. Swati Mataji, you can read the next 5 shlokas.
Yes, Mataji. Raghunatera Kshinata Marlina Dhekiya Swarupare Kahena Prabhu Kripardra Chittahana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Seeing Raghunath Das skinny and dirty because of having traveled for 12 days and fasted, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his heart due to causeless Mataji, can you scroll up?
Melting due to causelessness.
Melting due to causelessness. I spoke to Swarupa Damodara.
Okay. So here we know that 12 days, how Raghunath Das Goswami is coming to Puri. Right now he is in Puri. But last 12 days he ate only for 3 days. And 9 days he fasted. So definitely he was not in a very good, way of like... his appearance was very skinny and he was looking very dirty also. So that's what Mahaprabhu is asking to Swarup Damodar Goswami. Next Mataji.
Yeina gunate ame sani puthomare putra bratya rupe tumi kara angi kare. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Parupa, he said, I entrust this Raghunath Das to you. Please accept him as your son or servant.
Hari. Okay.
Tina Raghunatha nama haya amara ghane swarupera raghuaji haite aira name. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There are now the 3 Raghunathas among my associates. From this day or forward, this Raghunatha should be known as the Raghu of Swarup Damodara. Purport. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had 3 Raghus among his associates. Vaidya Raghunatha, Vide Adi Lila 11.22, Patta Raghunatha and Dasa Raghunatha. Dasa Raghunatha becomes celebrated as the Raghunatha of Swarupa.
Yeah. So there is you can see here Swarupera Raghu. So he was famous as Swarupera Raghu. So Raghunath Das Goswami is the same person who is the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita? Who has written Chaitanya Charitamrita?
Krishnadas
Kaviraj Goswami. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami heard from whom? Heard about Mahaprabhu from whom?
Raghunath Das.
Raghunath Das Goswami. So we are hearing about him. And Raghunath Das Goswami heard from whom? Not means definitely Raghunath Das Goswami also was present at the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he got some instructions also. But at the same time, the person who was very, very, very close to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swarup Damodar Goswami, he was considered as a secretary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Raghunath Das Goswami is going under his care. So you can know, like, each and everything has been told to Raghunath Das Goswami, and in turn, Raghunath Das Goswami told it to Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So whatever we are reading, it's coming from the lotus mouth of whom? Of actually Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami. So we are so fortunate that we are reading this Chaitanya Charitamrita. Mataji, did you read this?
No, Mataji.
Yeah, please.
Eta kahi raguna tera hasta dharila swarupera haste tanre samarpana kaila. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu grasped the hand of Raghunath Das and entrusted him to the hands of Swarup Damodara Goswami.
Next, Mataji.
स्वरूपा का है महाप्रभुरा ये आज्ञा हैला ये तकाही रघुनाथे पूना आलिंगिला. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Swarupa Damodara Goswami accepted Raghunath Das, saying, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whatever you order is accepted. He then embraced Raghunath Das again.
Yes. So this is how, means first when Raghunath Das Goswami came and he met with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, at that time also all the devotees, they one by one embraced Raghunath Das Goswami. And this is the second time Raghunath Das Goswami, Srila Sarup Damodar Goswami is embracing Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. So this is how the mercy is flowing. We can simply, we cannot maybe imagine also, but just see the sweetness of Chaitanya Charitamrita, sweetness of these relations between the devotees. This why we should read Chaitanya Charitamrita, because eventually we are also coming in this this life where we will also deal with devotees, right? So what should be our mood? How should we behave? And why we should not behave in a material way with devotees? This is all we learn in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So the best part in Chaitanya Charitamrita is that you will see how people were so simple. There was no jealousy, nothing at all. People saw that Raghunath Das Goswami has been welcomed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in such a way, they understood, oh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knows about Raghunath Das Goswami. And immediately they also went and they also welcomed him in the same way. So this is what. Now, the next 206 up till 210. Someone else can read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, may I Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna, pranams Mataji. Chaitanya Bhakta Vatsalya kahite na pari Govindara kahe Raghunate Dayakari. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. I cannot properly express the affection of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for his devotees. Being merciful toward Raghunatha Dasa, the Lord spoke as follows to Govinda.
Next also, Prabhu.
Next 207. Patein kariyache bahudalangana kata dina kara ihara bhala santarpana. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. On the way, Raghunatha Dasa has fasted and undergo hardships for many days. Therefore, he take good care of him for some days so that he may eat to his satisfaction.
So here we can see that how, Mahaprabhu, in these two shlokas, Mahaprabhu is so concerned about Raghunath Das Goswami that he fasted. Okay, fine, he could have said that, okay, means other devotees can take care, but he personally is giving his hand to Sarup Damodar Goswami. He personally calling Govinda and asking to give him, food or prasadam. So this shows that how Mahaprabhu was, caring for his devotees. So this is what is actually devotee care. So devotee care is something which is not only in Mahaprabhu's case, like even before that, how Krishna had taken care of Pandavas, like how Mahaprabhu is taking care of the devotees, and how now in ISKCON also we have this department as devotee care. So this is very important. It's not just like that. Devotee care means that a person should, actually, if you will see, in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is, in 5th canto, it comes that when the lineage of Maharaj Priyavarta is, explained, there the king was Gaya, named as Gaya. So this king was very good king, like we can say an ideal king. And this king had 5 dealings with his subject. What were those 5 dealings? this I've heard in one lecture where Prabhu was saying that he was doing 5 things with his subject. So what was the first? First was actually the palana. Palana means protecting. Give protection to the people of in general, to give protection to the kingdom or the subject. So he was giving protection to them. Then the second was poshana, giving them. So palana, second is poshana. Poshana is giving them whatever they need, food or whatever is necessary for their life. So maintaining them, and giving all the necessities whatever they want. Then the third one is prinana. Prinana means that giving them affection, making them happy, encouraging them for small things, and giving them gifts. So this way, prinana matlab preeti, kind of preeti, or love, showing love and affection. And fourth is upapalana. So palana, poshana, prinana, and upapalana. Upapalana means taking care of them, the subject or the devotees or whomsoever. Maybe it can also be followed in the offices, like where you have a boss or a CEO. So and the next is the fourth one is upapalana, means taking care of them as your own son and daughter. How you take care of your own son and daughter, the same way you should take care of them. So and the last is then comes anushasan. So palana, poshana, then prinana, then upapalana, and then poshan. Then the last is anushasan. Anushasan means that correcting them. If they are doing something wrong, correct them. Then at the same time, give them instructions to do what is required or what is right or what is good for them, for their future. So this way, and this is not only applying for a king, this applies, even if you will see, this applies in all the leadership positions, whatever it is, temple president or a devotee care person or a mentor or a whomsoever. So if you are doing the first 4 things properly, then the last thing, which is anushasan, can be carried away properly. How? Because if you are not taking care of them, not giving them protection, not showing them affection, not encouraging them or giving them gifts and making them happy, then how will they follow your instructions? So following instructions or coming to that level, first you have to follow the first 4 properly, and then they will definitely follow whatever you say. So this is actually, if you will see, all these 5 the rules or the points are for devotee care also. It applies in devotee care also. And that is how Mahaprabhu is taking care of all the devotees. Yes, Prabhu. Next.
Text 298. रघुनाथे कहे यानाकार सिंधु संस्नाना जगन्नाथा धेकी ऐसी अकाराहा भोजना. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Raghunatha Dasa, go bathe in the sea. Then see Lord Jagannatha in the temple and return here to take your meal.
So generally Mahaprabhu was giving these instructions to all the devotees, whomsoever was coming in Puri. Mahaprabhu was giving them this instruction, that go first, take a bath in the sea, and then take darshan of Jagannath, and then come and have prasad. And for all, even the people who were coming from Bengal for Rath Yatra festival or whomsoever was coming. And this actually we have to follow wherever we go, in all the pilgrimage sites, wherever we go, in any tirth sthan we go, that sthan, the presiding deity, whomsoever is there, their temple, we should take bath, we should go have their darshan, and then come back and do anything else. First, we have to take darshan. So this applies not only for Jagannath Puri, but Mahaprabhu is giving this instruction that if you are going to such a place, you should first take bath and go and take darshan of the deities. Next, Prabhu.
येता बाली प्रभु मध्याना करीते उतिला रघुनाथ दासा सभा भक्तेरा मिलीला. Translation Basi Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki Jai. After saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got up and went to perform his midday duties, and Raghunatha met all the devotees present.
Yes, Prabhu.
रघुनाथे प्रभुर कृपा देखी भक्त गणा विस्मित हन करे तांधार भाग्य प्रशंसना. Translation Basi Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki Jai. Having seen the causeless mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu upon Raghunatha Dasa, all the devotees struck with wonder praised his good fortune.
So here there is no jealousy at all. Everyone is happy that Raghunath Das Goswami is getting mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Karpagavalli Mataji, 211 till 215.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
211, text 211.
Yeah.
Raghunatha samudre yana snana karile jagannatha deki puna govinda pasa aila. Translation Prabhupada ki Jai. Raghunatha Dasa took his bath in the sea and saw Lord Jagannatha. Then he returned to Govinda, the personal servant of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah, next also, Mataji. Next also.
Text 212. Prabhu Hira Avastita Patra Govinda Tanre Dila Anandita Hana Raghunatha Prasada Paila. Translation Prabhupada ki Jai. Govinda offered him a plate with the remnants of food left by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Raghunatha Dasa accepted the prasadam with great happiness. Text 213. Ehi matarahi tenha swarupa charani Govinda prasada tandre tela panchadina. Translation Prabhupada ki Jai. Raghunatha Dasa stayed under the care of Swarupa Damodara Goswami, and Govinda supplied him the remnants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's food for 5 days.
So 5 days, till 5 days, Raghunath Das Goswami taken the remnants of Mahaprabhu's food. What happened after 5 days? That we will see.
Text 214. Aradina haiti pushpa anjali dekiye simha dware kada rahi bhiksha sari lagiya. Translation Prabhupada ki Jai. Beginning from the 6th day, Raghunatha Dasa would stand at the gate known as Simha Dwara to beg alms after the Pushpa Anjali ceremony, in which flowers were offered to the Lord. 215. Jagannadhi Sevakayata Vishwairagana Seva Sari Ratri Kare Rehiti Gamana. Translation. After finishing the Prabhupada ki Jai, after finishing their prescribed duties, the many servants of Lord Jagannatha, who are known as Vaishyas, return home at night.
Vishayis. They are Vishayis. So
Vishayis return home at night.
So that's what. Here, Raghunath Das Goswami started 5 days he ate. But after that, from the 6th day, he was standing in front of the Simha Dwara. And there he was asking for the alms of food. So he's not, just sitting and eating. He's showing a great, lesson to all the renunciates that this is the way. You should beg for alms. So that's what he had shown. Now 216 to 220.
216. Shall I continue?
If anyone else can read, it's okay. Otherwise, you can continue. Anyone else is there? Those who want to read?
I'll try, Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji, please.
Okay. Simhadware Annarthi Vaishnava Dekhiya Pasai Rathani Anna Dena Kripata Kariya Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If they see a Vaishnava standing at the Simhadwara begging alms, out of mercy they arrange with the shopkeepers to give him something to eat. 217. Ei mata sarva kala ache vyavahara nishkinchana bhakta kada haya Simhadwara. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sorry. Thus, it's a custom for all time that a devotee who has no other means of support stands at the Simhadwara gate to receive alms from the servants.
So this is a custom what Raghunath Das Goswami is also following. Yes. Okay. Yes, Mataji.
Sarvadina karena Vaishnava nama sankirtana swachanda karena Jagannatha darsana. A completely translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A completely dependent Vaishnava thus chants the holy name of the Lord all day and sees Lord Jagannatha with full freedom.
Yes.
Kahe chatre magi khaya yeba kuchu paya keha ratra bhiksha lagi Simhadwara raya. It's a custom translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It's a custom for some Vaishnavas to beg from the charity booths and eat whatever they obtain, whereas others stand at night at the Simhadwara gate begging alms from the servants. 220. Mahaprabhu Bhakta Ganera Vairagya Pradhana Yaha Dekhi Pritahana Gaura Bhagavan. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Renunciation is a basic principle sustaining the lives of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees. Seeing this renunciation, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is extremely satisfied. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anyone, whether an ordinary materialistic person or a pure devotee, can understand the behavior of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees if he studies it minutely. One will thus find that the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are not at all attached to any kind of material enjoyment. They have completely given up sense enjoyment to engage fully in the service of Lord Sri Krishna and dedicate their lives and souls to serving Krishna without material desires. Because their devotional service is free from material desires, it is unimpeded by material circumstances. Although ordinary men have great difficulty understanding this attitude of the devotees, it is greatly appreciated by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Very good. So here...
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So here, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami is showing that what exactly is renunciation. Renunciation is the basic principle sustaining the lives of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees. Seeing this renunciation, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is extremely satisfied. What type of renunciation? Raghunath Das Goswami has left his home, that we know. Now, he has left the taste of, eating also, the food also, the attachment that I will eat this, I will eat that, that also is lost. Then we all know that the dressing and all, he was not at all concerned about. And he was not even expecting any respect from others. That's what Mahaprabhu will say in the later verses. So here he's showing that this is the way a person has to renunciate. It's not that renunciation externally, but inside all the thoughts and all the desires are going on. So though he was getting the remnants of Mahaprabhu from Govinda, but he chose to rather beg in front of the Simhadwara, and from whom the servants of Jagannath. So this is what is actual renunciation, which Raghunath Das Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Gopala Bhatta Goswami, all these Goswamis, they have shown us the actual renunciation. Though we all are grahasthas, so we are not on that level, but this is what, when we read, we understand that what exactly is when we say that we are, surrendering to Lord, and what exactly is sannyas. So that's what Jagannath Das Goswami shown here. Okay, now 221 up till 225. Someone can read?
I will read Mataji.
Yeah,
Prabhu
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu Re Govinda Kahe Raghunatha Prasada Nalaya Ratre Simha Dwara Kada Hanamagi Kaya. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Govinda said to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Raghunatha Dasa no longer takes prasadam here. Now he stands at the Simhadwara where he begs some alms to eat. 6:22. Suni Tushta Hana Prabhu Kahite Lagila Bala Kaila Vairagira Dharma Acharila. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this, he was greatly satisfied. Raghunath Dasa has done well, he said. He has acted suitably for a person in the renounced order.
So Mahaprabhu became very happy after hearing this, that he is not just sitting and having prasadam here, but he is going and asking. So he is saying that this is the suitable way or suitable act for a person who is following the renounced order. Yes, Mataji.
6:23. Vairagi karibe sada nama sankirtana magiya kahana kare jivana rakshana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A person in the renounced order should always chant the holy name of the Lord. He should beg some alms to eat, and he should sustain his life in this way.
Purport, Mataji.
Purport, as stated in the Hari Bhakta Vilasa at the end of the 20th Vilasa, 366, 379 and 382. Krityang etani tu prayo. How do you?
Grihinam dhaninam satam likhitani na tu tyakta parigraha mahatmanan prabhate charadha ratre cha madhyane divasakshaye kirtayanti harim ye vai te taranti bhavarnavam evam ekantinam praya kirtanam smaranam prabhoho kurvattam paramat pritya anyan rochate. Yes, Mataji.
Shall I read this,
Yeah,
Mataji?
yes.
A well-to-do householder, Vaishnava cannot live like a person in the renounced order who completely takes shelter of the holy name. Such a householder should chant the holy name of Krishna in the morning, at midday, and in the evening. Then he will be able to cross beyond near signs. Pure devotees in the renounced order, however, who fully surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna, should chant the holy name of the Lord with great love and faith, always thinking of Krishna's lotus feet. They should have no occupation other than chanting the holy name of the Lord. In the Bhakti Sandarbha 283, Srila Jiva Goswami says,
Yadyapi Shri Bhagavate Mate Pancharatradivartarchana Margasyavasyakvam Nasti Tadvinapi Shanapatya Adinam Ekatarenapi Purushartha Siddher Abhitatvat.
It is Srimad Bhagavatam's opinion that the process of deity worship is not actually necessary, just as the specific perceptions of the Pancharatra and other scriptures do not have to be followed. The Bhagavatam enjoys that even without practicing deity worship, one can achieve the complete success of human life by any of the other devotional processes, such as simply offering oneself at the Lord's feet for his protection.
Haribol. Okay. Yeah. So
Thank you.
one more is there, Mataji. I think two more are there. Okay, so here I'll just explain a little bit here that Mahaprabhu is very happy with Raghunath Das Goswami. So making Mahaprabhu happy is what actually Raghunath Das Goswami has performed. He has first made his own guru happy, who was Yadunandana Acharya. Then after he made Nityanand Prabhu happy. And then now when he came finally to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after Nityanand Prabhu's blessings, now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also very happy with his the renunciate order which he's following. So that is one thing. And the second thing in this last paragraph, that the deity worship is not actually necessary, and it's written here that without practicing deity worship, one can achieve the complete success of human life by any of the other devotional processes, such as simply offering oneself to the Lord's feet for his protection. Yeah, so that is true. But what happened is, but then why we are, having, keeping deities, or why it has been permitted by Srila Prabhupada or our Guru Parampara, or the present, sannyasis or Maharajas, because right now we are not on the level where we can simply by chanting or by worshipping, we can come to the point where we will become a very pure devotee. So just because we are keeping deities at home, we are also busy in the service of the deities, and or also because we are keeping the deities in the center of our home, that is mostly the living room. So very practical, on a very practical basis, I'm telling you that you are always getting the darshan of deities. You are always thinking about the deities, that whether we have offered or not, whether we have done our arti on time or not. All those things are going on. So this way, when we are connected, or not maybe connected, but we should say that at least to follow the rules and regulations, we are stick to the sadhana of deity worship. That is the way also we are progressing in bhakti. So depends upon each one, like how and where they have their interest. Like some people are very much attached with their deities. So that depends, and accordingly their gurus are giving them the instruction to keep the deities or not to keeping the deities. Yes, Mataji, 224 and 225.
Mata, this last sentence, does it mean fully surrender? Simply offering oneself at the lotus feet for his protection? Does it mean surrender?
That is what, Mataji. Surrender is the last thing, but it doesn't happen so easily or so swiftly. Surrender is... Sometimes we don't even understand that what is surrender, and we say that we are surrendered. Right now means even I am doing this mistake. I've done this mistake so many times. But it's just that, Mataji, surrender means something which is on a very higher level. So right now we can see the Goswamis. Just now we have seen the Sanatan Goswami, and then now it's about, and even Haridas Thakur, and now Raghunath Das Goswami, how they are surrendered. They have left everything, and now they are not even depending on anyone for their, for their prasadam, for their food. So this is what is surrender actually, on a very high level. But yeah, what we can do, that's what I said, that maybe, sometimes when deities are there, these small feelings will come very gradually. I'm not saying that it will happen, overnight, but definitely very gradually it will happen. But yeah, because their presence is very much their presence is very much there at our home. So we are always thinking about them. That's how we are maybe, purifying ourselves. So that depends upon each one. So accordingly, gurus are...
but this like Raghunath Das Swami, those days, taking alms and waiting at the outside, that is not practical nowadays, no, Mataji, because that times were
Mataji,
different.
anyways, we are grahasthas. We are grahasthas,
Yeah.
and we are not in a life of renunciate, hai na? So we are not the sannyasis. So this is what Raghunath Das Goswami is showing. This is the rules and regulations which a renunciate has to follow, not for
Yeah.
grahasthas.
Yeah.
Grahasthas, anyways, they are living inside their houses, and that's what Prabhupada had given us two very, very important instructions. One is book distribution, which we can do being a grahastha, and second is
Yes.
preach.
Yes,
Preach.
Mataji.
So these two things, like
Yeah.
there are many instructions from Prabhupada, very strong. These two instructions are there, which all of our Maharajas are also giving us, that preach and book distribution. These are the two things. So even if we are doing
Yes,
that
Mataji.
with full conviction, that
There is-
itself
Yeah.
will take us to the point where we will be fully surrendered souls.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely explained.
Yes, Mataji.
Text 224. Vairagi hana eva kare parapeksha karya siddhi nahi Krishna karena upeksha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A vairagi, a person in the renounced order, should not depend on others. If he does so, he will be unsuccessful and he will be neglected by Krishna.
So this is such a again a very powerful thing. Vairagi, person in the renounced order, should not depend on others. So Mahaprabhu himself is saying, otherwise he'll be unsuccessful. So no dependence, and this is the last shloka we are covering for today. Yes, Mataji.
Text 225. Vairagi hana kare jivarala sa paramartha yaya arahaya rasera vasa. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If a renunciant is eager for his tongue to taste different foods, his spiritual life will be lost, and he will be subservient to the tastes of his tongue. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
And it is not only applying on tongue, it is applying on all the senses. If we will give, more, if we will give command to our senses once, and we all know that, then what is the result? We know that we will be totally become a servant of that particular sense. Instead of serving Srila Prabhupada, serving Guru, serving Krishna, serving Mahaprabhu, serving Nityanand Prabhu, we will means our life will be havoc, because we will not be on the path of devotional service, not even the path of material life. So this is what we should be aware about, all these things which is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, so I'll stop sharing. Any questions? Otherwise, we can end the class. Okay. Pancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti vaishnavandi ki jai.
Ananta Koti Vaishnavandi ki jai. Srila
Jai
Prabhupada ki
Hari
jai.
Hari Bol.
Jai Gaur Premi Hari Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Dandat pranam,
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Hare
Dandat pranam.
Krishna. Pranam Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Mataji, by hearing all these classes, the realization is to what extent we observe in our personal life. It is the most important. Even morning class also, it is to be, everything is implementation. Everything is implementation. And we have to analyze ourselves, evaluation of ourselves. So where we were, how to develop the state. If not, if hearing and living is of no use. Thing is, we have to make it a habit. At least 0.01% itself is more than enough to make the deviation towards path of this devotional service. As by my knowledge, I am always thinking about how it is to be implemented. Is it possible for me to do? Is it so? If so, then how it is to be? So this is a big question mark will come before me. So what? And yes, why? How is it possible for me? So for all possibilities, we have to pray Supreme Lord only, Mataji. Without His grace, we can't.
Yes,
For
Prabhu.
this.
We should. And best thing is that because if yet we do not have our gurus, Srila Prabhupada is Guru, he is Jagat Guru. So just
Yes.
following the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, you will feel that you are going nearer to Krishna or nearer to Prabhupada. So this
No, but
is
the thing
what.
is that I do agree, Mataji. What so Srila Prabhupada is giving an instruction, that itself is a great, yes, what you have said is 100% perfect. I do agree, Mataji. I do agree. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So Hare
माता
Krishna.
जी माता टुडे मॉर्निंग्स क्लास तो हम सबकी हवा टाइट हो गई. It was
Today
so
morning.
heavy, so
Yeah,
heavy.
yes.
Really, I'm still thinking about that only.
How we can, to what extent we will be there in that position. So we ourselves assume that
No, we will
we
not be, because we have taken this path. So that's
Yeah.
what Prabhupada is saying. In the purports also, Prabhupada is saying. It's that people who are totally materialist people, ignorant towards the scriptural injunctions and all, for them that has been explained.
Mataji, I do
But
agree.
Mataji,
No,
Mataji,
dependent-
hearing all that, you really feel bad for the people who are ignorant, You feel like shaking them and saying, read this, isn't it?
That's why, Mataji, that's why again coming back to Srila Prabhupada, book distribution preaching.
Yeah.
What we can do, book distribution preaching, because Srila Prabhupada said that one book, if it will go to one house, what will happen? If that person who is buying is not reading, someone else will read. Maybe they
Yes.
are not reading now, they will read one day. But by reading, it will change their lives. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
true.
means, it's for all of us that this is the two things which we can do being a grasta, and this is the way we can change others. And rest all Krishna's mercy, Mahaprabhu's mercy.
Yeah, Mataji, only 5 more months left for this book distribution. Now itself is ringing in my ear. Where and where we can give to new people, The thought just keeps coming in the mind, how to help people.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, that's what Mataji. Very good.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai is really awesome.
Prabhupada ki jai.
You
Srila
know, so much
Krishnadas
knowledge.
Goswami ki jai.
Ki jai. Hari Bol, Mataji. Thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I'll exit. Hari Bol.